The day I got married, my parents didn't show up. No call. No message. Not even an excuse. I stood at the end of the aisle, adjusting my suit, telling myself they might still walk in late. They didn't. When the ceremony started, the empty seats in the front row said everything. My wife squeezed my hand. "Are you okay?" she whispered. I nodded. But I wasn't. Growing up, I had always been the extra child. Not the favorite. Not the problem. Just there. My parents never approved of my choices. My career. My independence. And especially my wife. "She's not from the right background," my mother once said. "You could do better," my father added. So when we sent wedding invitations, I already felt it. The silence. Weeks passed. No RSVP. No congratulations. On the wedding day, my phone stayed quiet. I told everyone they were busy. That lie hurt more than the truth. After the wedding, life moved on. I stopped waiting. My wife and I focused on building our future. We worked long hours. We saved aggressively. We stayed quiet. No family updates. No group chats. No explanations. 6 months later, after closing a major business deal, I bought something I had dreamed of for years. A Tesla. Top trim. Matte black. Fully paid. I didn't post about it. My wife did. Just one photo on Facebook. Me standing next to the car. Simple caption. Hard work pays off. Within an hour, my phone buzzed. Then rang. Then rang again. It was my mother. I didn't answer. A message followed. "Is that really your car?" Another call. Then another message. "Why didn't you tell us you were doing so well?" I stared at the screen, my chest tight. "You didn't come to my wedding. But now you noticed me." That night, my wife asked, "Are you going to call her back?" I shook my head. Not yet. Because something felt wrong. It wasn't pride. It wasn't happiness for me. It was interest. The kind that only appears when money enters the picture. The next morning, my phone lit up again. This time, a voicemail. My mother's voice was suddenly soft. Sweet. Familiar. "Honey, we should talk. We miss you." I laughed. Missed me when? I hadn't changed. My bank account had. And for the first time, I realized. They didn't ignore my wedding by accident. They ignored me. But now that they'd seen what I had, they wanted back in. And I had a decision to make. I let the calls go unanswered for 2 days. Not out of revenge, but clarity. On the 3rd day, my mother called again. This time, I picked up. "Hello?" I said. Her voice cracked instantly. "There you are. We were so worried." I closed my eyes. "Worried about what?" I asked. "You didn't even know I got married." There was a pause. Then a sigh. "We didn't think the wedding was that serious," she said. "You rushed into it." I gripped the phone tighter. "Serious enough to ignore?" My father's voice suddenly appeared on the line. "We saw the picture. That car, that's impressive." There it was. Not "how are you?" Not "we're sorry." Just the car. "It's a Tesla," he continued. "Must have cost a fortune." I stayed silent. My mother jumped back in. "We always knew you'd do well. We just wanted you to focus." Focus? I repeated. On what? Living without you? Another pause. Then she said it. Listen, we've been having some financial difficulties. My heart sank, but not in surprise. My father cleared his throat. The house needs repairs. Medical bills. You know how things add up. I laughed quietly. So that's why you called? No, my mother said quickly. We called because we're family. Family. Did family matter on my wedding day? I asked. Silence answered. Finally, my father said, we didn't agree with your choices, but we're still your parents. And I'm still your son, I replied. The same one you ignored. My mother started crying. You're being cruel. I almost believed her. Almost. Cruel is pretending your child doesn't exist, I said. Then calling when Facebook tells you he's valuable. She gasped. That's not fair, my father snapped. No, I said calmly. It's accurate. They started talking over each other, excuses, guilt, reminders of everything they'd done for me growing up. I listened. Then I said one sentence that changed the tone. I don't owe you access to my life just because I'm successful. The line went quiet. My mother whispered, so, you won't help us? I looked at my wife across the room. She was watching me carefully, silently supporting whatever I chose. I didn't say that, I replied. I said we need to talk, honestly. My father sighed. Then let's meet. I agreed. But not at their house. Not on their terms. We set a date. A public place. And as I hung up the phone, I knew something important. They thought this meeting was about money. They had no idea it was about boundaries. And this time, I wasn't the one hoping they'd show up. We met at a quiet cafe across town. Neutral ground. I arrived early. My parents came together, dressed like they were attending a job interview. My mother hugged me like nothing had happened. I didn't hug back. We sat. Small talk tried to start and failed. Finally, I said it. You didn't come to my wedding. My mother looked down at her hands. We didn't think you needed us. I nodded. That's true. But I wanted you. My father cleared his throat. We thought ignoring it would make you reconsider. Reconsider my wife? I asked. Silence. That was your plan? I continued. Punish me until I chose differently? My mother's eyes filled with tears. We just wanted the best for you. I leaned forward. Then why did the best time to call happen after you saw my car? My father stiffened. That's not fair. It is, I said calmly. Because nothing about my life changed, except what you thought you could get from it. My mother reached for my hand. We made mistakes. You made choices, I replied gently. And so did I. I took out my phone and showed them a photo. My wedding. Empty front row seats. You weren't there for the beginning of my family, I said. So you don't get automatic access to the future of it. My father sighed deeply. So what does that mean? It means boundaries, I said. You don't get to ignore me when I'm struggling and claim me when I'm successful. My mother whispered, we need help. I nodded. I know. I slid an envelope across the table. Inside was information, not cash. Contacts. Resources. Solutions. Help without control. I'll support you, I said. But not at the cost of my dignity, my marriage, or my peace. My father looked at the envelope, then at me. You've changed. I smiled softly. I had to. We stood to leave. My mother hugged me again. This time, I let her. As my wife and I drove away, she glanced at the Tesla and laughed lightly. Worth it? she asked. I looked at the road ahead. Not because of the car, I said. Because I finally learned my value. They ignored my wedding. But that silence taught me something powerful. Love that only shows up for success isn't love. And I won't chase it anymore. If you were in my place, what would you have done? Tell us in the comments, and please subscribe for more real-life stories.